Hi, I'm Tammy. Welcome to Pregnancy Yoga. Here I'm going to share with you 5 postures which work with side bends to help give you more of a sense of space in your body. Right, so first posture that helps create space, really simple, just having the feet comfortably far apart. Keep your legs really firm, just reach the arms up. Reach the arms up, grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Nice big inhale, and then when you exhale, lean over to your right. So keep the length through the right side of the body, so you're not collapsing through the rib cage, but keeping space between the ribs and the hip bones. Keep the legs firm and press down evenly through both feet. Switch sides. Push down evenly through both feet, so pressing down into your right foot. Keep the glutes, engaged, but not squeezing too much. Neck comfortable, don't strain your neck. Inhale, reach up. And arms around and out to the sides. Roll your shoulders a few times. So, number 2, feet apart. Turn your right toes out, bend into the right knee. Bring the elbow to the knee and sweep left arm overhead. So in side angle pose, again you're getting a really lovely stretch through the side waist. Stretching through the side waist helps increase the elasticity of the flesh and the skin around the abdomen, and that can help really prevent stretch marks. Inhale, stretch up, reach up, and give it about 5 breaths on each side. So bend into your left knee, elbow to the knee. Keep the ribs in line with your hips so you're not kind of tilting your rib cage. Right arm overhead. So shift weight into your back foot, your right foot. So the weight is evenly distributed in both feet. Keep reaching with your fingertips. And then stretch all the way up, back up into standing. Okay, bend the knees. You can hop the feet together, or if you're feeling a bit less like hopping, just wriggle the feet together and step the feet out. Okay, so far so good. Number 3, we'll come down onto the knees for this. So just slide the hands down the knees, let them bend. So with both knees on the floor, come up onto kneeling. Extend your right leg out to the right in line with the hip. If this position feels a bit pinchy in your right hip, then just change the position of your right heel. Draw it in and have the knee turned out and bent. Let's reach the arms overhead. Again, grab hold of your left wrist, pull up, and then lean over to your right side. So I'm going to try the first version because that felt okay for my hip. And this is gate pose, because apparently you look like a gate in this position. Parigasana. Creating a lovely sense of space and stretch through the left side of the rib cage. More room for the breath. And then reach up, and then reach over. Left fingertips to the floor, right arm overhead. Really reaching as much as you can with the right hand. Alright, and then bring it down. Knee comes in and stretch your left leg out to the left in line with the knee. Raise up. And if it's pinching, bring in the hip, bring the heel in and the knee turns out. Take the arms up over the head, grab hold of your right wrist, lean over to your left, reaching for the top left corner of the room. Have your hips and your shoulders on the same plane so you're not tilting your rib cage. Every inhale, lifting up, reaching up. Every exhale, reaching over into more of a side bend. and then come back up to center, reach over. And then slowly coming down onto both knees. So number 4, camel pose. Really lovely stretch for the abdominal rectus. So you want to feel this sense of your rib cage. Even bring your hands to your ribs, lift them up. Sense of rib cage lifting up away from the hip bones, so you've got more space here in the sides. Take the hands to the lower back. Keep the tailbone pointing straight down, the pelvis pushing forward, thighs strong. Lift and drop the head back. If you don't like that for your neck, just keep your chin to your chest, but don't strain your neck somewhere halfway. The emphasis here is on the lengthening of the belly, lifting of the rib cage. Front, sides and back of the rib cage all lift up. And then give the lower back a rub. And come down onto your bum. So number 5 is a variation of seated side bend, variation of Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. So traditionally, the normal version would be with the straight legs directly out in front, but here it's just adding to that compressive feeling of bringing your belly onto your thigh. So instead, take the leg out to the side and enjoy the side bending properties of the stretch. Lift up tall through your spine, lengthen the belly, and then start to slide your right hand down the right shin, keeping the chest open and the ribs and hips facing forward. Take left arm overhead. So I want to keep as much length through your spine as possible, rather than going for a deeper stretch. Relax your shoulders back. Keep the neck comfortable and the head on line with the rest of your spine. Don't just let your chin tilt up. Okay, and then from here, sweep the left arm back behind you and then roll forward onto your left shin and lift the hips and sweep right arm overhead. You're pushing the right ball of foot down into the floor and then slowly back down. Switch sides. Right heel in, left leg out straight, sit tall, and then start to slide left hand down the shin. Reach right arm up. Slow, steady and continuous breaths. Don't forget to breathe. It helps you stretch through your hamstring more if you keep your foot flexed. Really nice to create that space through the left side of the torso now. Reach the right arm back behind you now, placing the hand down behind the hip. Push forward onto right shin. Hips go forward and stretch with the left fingertips. Okay, sit back down. So those were my 5 favourite side bending postures to help create a sense of more space in your body. Hi, I'm Tammy. Welcome to Pregnancy Yoga. Today's practice is a vinyasa flow suitable for the 2nd trimester onwards. We'll be focusing on spiral fluid movements that support your joints and build a supple, strong body, but without overstretching. It does get quite dynamic sometimes, so please remember to rest and take breaks whenever you need to. Let's get started. If you're not comfortable sitting cross-legged, grab a block or a cushion. I've got one like this. This is quite handy. You can just rest your bum on that, and that lets your knees drop down lower than your hips. You don't want to feel tight and compressed around the hips. So lift up the chest and sit the spine nice and tall. Rotate the arms out to the sides. Reach up, inhale. Exhale. And the first opening movements of this flow sequence just help encourage synchronizing your breath and movement so you get into that habit. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Shoulder blades down as you reach the arms up, and shoulder blades draw towards each other as you bring your hands down. Let's take the arms out in front. Inhale, open out the chest. Exhale, draw the palms together. So not just flapping your arms in space here. What's happening here is you're kind of moving consciously with your breath. So you get more of a sense of your energetic body. Your prana, also known as chi, is the life force that animates you. So you want to feel like there's a ball of energy between the arms as you expand open, and you're just drawing that energy inwards as you draw the palms together. So reach the arms up, inhale. And then when you exhale, come into a side bend. Right hand to the floor, left arm overhead. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, over. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Your shoulders aren't squashed up to the ears, but the shoulder blades are down the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend. Creating length through your side waist, stretching through the ribs, the intercostal muscles, so that there's more room for the breath. And then bring the arms around to the sides and down. Roll the shoulders back. Do a little seated twist. Left hand to right knee, look over the right shoulder. Middle, inhale, twist to the left, exhale. Inhale, middle, exhale, twist. Inhale, middle, exhale, twist. So not over twisting, it's just little fluid movements that just kind of wake up the spine and help circulate your energy through your torso. And then from here, you can just bring the fingertips back alongside your hips and just open up the chest to the ceiling. If you have the flexibility in your hips, you can even lift up the hips and drop the head back. So those kind of stretches feel really welcome as you're experiencing all the changes in your abdominal muscles in the front there. All right, so let's come off the block and turn around into tabletop position. And you may want to actually grab a blanket or a cushion to go underneath your knees for the next part. So if you get quite sensitive knees, it's nice to just pad them up. Where's my blankie? Oh, here it is. All right. Okay, this is faffing around a bit, sorry. Okay, it's probably taking you a little bit of time to find your blanket too. So anyway, we've got the blanket under the knees now. Let's put the right foot forward and stay on the left knee. And we'll just start to open up the hips by exhale forward and inhale back. Do come off the mat with the leg and take up loads of space. So we want this nice kind of fluid and rhythmic movement from the hip joint. Inhale back, exhale, moving forward into the hips. Try and keep your sole of your foot on the ground. And reverse the circles. So really take up loads of room, pad the hands around the ground. And here we're also connecting to the earth element, getting real low down, all the limbs on the ground, and sort of working with like quite primal movements, as it were. Okay, and then from here you can just sort of glide the right heel out, lift the toes and stretch the back of the right leg a little here. Give it a rub if your hamstrings do feel tight. You don't need to lock this knee. So nice deep breaths here. Relax the back of the neck, relax your jaw. You can breathe out through the mouth whenever we're holding these deeper stretches. Just encourages more of a deeper release. And then slide the right knee back to tabletop. So now step the left foot forward and kind of out to the side of the left hand, and then start to circle the hips forward. Inhale as they go back, exhale as they come forward. Breathing out through the mouth as you exhale, just helping you to release your jaw, and as you release the jaw, it helps the pelvis also release. And kind of wind from the hips. And then back the other way. And then from here, just step the left foot back. So during pregnancy, we lay off the chaturangas, which are the kind of quite hardcore, sort of low plank transitions. And we don't lie on the tummy either, so that rules out cobra pose and up dog, which are deep back bends from lying on your tummy. So instead, we do want to still stay with the strength. So what we could do is a version of sort of an army style press up. So walk your hands forward, or your knees back a little bit, lower your hips so you've got a straight line from hips, from knees to hips to shoulders. Turn the fingertips in a little. We're going to bend the elbows out as you lower. If it's comfy, you can lift your feet and cross your ankles. So look forward, come down, inhale, exhale, push up. And 5 of those will do for now, because we'll be repeating them quite a few times. From here, hands shoulder width apart, knees a little wider than hip width apart, and then lift up your hips to come back into downward dog. Transitioning nice and slowly, and then just pad out the feet, bending one knee and the other knee. Can sway the hips side to side and circle the hips around. Knees bend as you come forward. Inhale forward, exhale back. And back the other way. And then back down onto tabletop position. So from your tabletop, just wake up the spines with some cat-cows. Inhale, lengthen spine, lift chest. No arch in the back here. Exhale, round the spine, tilt the pelvis. Inhale. Lengthening belly. Exhale. Round and tilt. In. Exhale. From here, slide the hands all the way back to behind your ankles. Push the fingertips into the floor, facing towards your knees. And then using your thighs, really lift the hips up. You can drop the head back if that's okay for your neck. If you don't like that, just keep the chin to the chest. So using strong leg energy here to keep the hips lifting high. And also keep your glutes active. Lower down the hips. So now we'll swap this blanket for a block. If you don't have a block, it doesn't really matter too much. You can just squat without it. So tuck your toes under, lift the knees up. And the block's just there as added support in the squat, so it can help you lean back a bit more. As you lean back more, you employ your glutes more, which helps strengthen the pelvic floor. Moving the block out of the way. Stick your bum out to help you stand all the way up. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, hands to the sides. So for the sun salutations, we're going to do a modified pregnancy version. Come to the back end of your mat, kind of the middle back end. Feet a little wider than hip width and hands in prayer. You want the space in front of you so we can flow forward. Inhale, take the arms out to the sides, reach up. As you exhale, fold forward from the hips, slide the hands down the backs of the legs. Inhale, half a forward bend, lift your chest, lengthen belly. Exhale, bend the knees into a squat. Walk your hands forward. The knees touch down onto the mat at the same time. Looking forward, inhale. Lift up the hips, exhale, downward dog. A few smooth, deep breaths here in downward dog. Enjoying the stretch through the calves. You can sway your hips side to side. And then bring the knees down. Step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Right elbow to the right knee. And then we'll sweep left arm up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Eyes follow the fingertips as you take the arm back. Opening up through the shoulders, through the left side waist. Inhale. And exhale. Doing 5 of those in total. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reach back. And then from here, bring the fingertips towards the floor. Pick up your left knee, stand on your left foot and reach all the way out into a warrior 2 position. I want to just adjust your feet now, wriggling them, the right foot in, so you have the heel of the right foot in line with the arch of the left. Don't let the right knee go past the ankle. It's a 90-degree bend between the right ankle, the knee and the hip. Keep the torso directly over the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the wrists high. Look beyond the right middle finger and breathe. So during pregnancy, holding a posture static can be more challenging. So instead, we'll flow through a vinyasa. So take the arms up, inhale, stretch up, straightening your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. 5 of these. Inhale. Exhale. And then bring the right elbow, bend the knee, bring it onto the right thigh. Left arm overhead. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Make sure your hips are comfortable. There's no pinching or compressing of bone on bone in the hips. If that's the case and you feel uncomfortable, just shuffle your position of your feet. From here, let's sweep up into a vinyasa. So take the right arm up, reach up, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow, take the left arm overhead. 5 of these. So we call these rhythmic vinyasas, flowing and transitioning from one posture to another. Side angle into reverse warrior. Creating a free flow of energy through the torso, but maintaining the strength and stability through the lower body. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reaching over with the left arm. Use the strength to reach up and straighten the right leg. So if you've got your block handy, you can place it to the inner right leg. Otherwise, just reach down, not too far down, but just below the knee. Into triangle pose. So in your triangle pose, I want to keep the spine nice and long. One straight line from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Press down into the feet, gripping the feet to the ground. Strengthen through your legs and draw the sit bones together so you have the strength and stability through the pelvis to hold you here. Stretch and reach all the way up. Can bend into that right knee again, warrior two, but now we'll come into a kind of horse squat by stepping the back foot in, the left foot, and bend the knees. Lean back so shoulders are over the hips, and then wrap left arm under right, bringing the hands together. We want to have a buoyancy through the hips, the pelvis. Slight pulsation here. Sit bones draw together, activate through pelvic floor. Elbows up, inhale. Shoulder blades down, exhale. Inhale, elbows up. Spinning the wrists, exhale, shoulders down. And then open out the arms. Returning to warrior two. Right elbow to knee. Left arm sweeps across and down toward the floor. Bring the left knee to touch the ground. Move your block and sweep the right leg back. Form here, second set of squats. So walk your hands forward, elbows bend out to the side. Remember, you can skip these and rest in child's pose if you need. Otherwise, if you're going to join me, lower the hips, strengthen your legs. Oh, actually, more comfortable for your knees if you just pad them up again with a blanket or a cushion. And so straight line from hips, from knees to hips to shoulders. Cross your ankles, look forward, lower down, inhale. Exhale, push up, just 5, 4, 3, keep the glutes active, 2, and 1. From here, slide the hands all the way back, behind your hips, chin to chest or dropping the head back, lift the hips, glutes active, thighs active, breathe here. Chin to chest and lower your hips. Swap your blanket. If you have a block, then tuck the toes under, place it underneath the heels. Otherwise, practice the squat without the block. It's not essential. But it just helps to help you lean back into your heels more, which activates your glutes more and helps strengthen the pelvic floor when you're really using your glutes. So sit nice and tall, lengthen spine and roll the shoulders back. Move the feet off the block and then lift up, reach up, inhale. Whoops, exhale, hands to the sides. You can just step forward, move that out the way. Second side, so inhale, reaching up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half forward bend, hands slide up to the knees, chest lifting. Exhale, squat. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, downward dog, lifting hips high. Shake the head out, release the jaw. Sway the hips. You can circle the hips, bending the knees as you come forward a little. Back the other way. And then lower the knees. So inhale, step left foot to the outside of the left hand. Left elbow to knee, lift up. Kind of keep the length through your torso. Inhale, reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, circle it round. 2, inhale. Going to really open up the chest, the shoulder. 3. 5. From here, right fingertips on the floor to help you lift up your right knee and place the right foot down. Inhale, sweep right arm up to help you come up to standing. So again, adjust the feet so that the heel of the left foot is in line with the arch of the right foot. And if you feel any compression or pinching in your hips, then you personalize that position. Maybe bring the feet closer together, maybe angle the back foot in a little bit or out a little bit. It all depends on the bone structure of your hip joints and your femurs. So just make sure that that is really comfortable. From here, chest open, warrior 2, sinking into the hips. We don't want too much tip here, so have this sense of scooping the tailbone under to lift up and support your pelvis. Chest is lifting, roll the shoulders back. Find a smooth flow of breath, even inhale as exhale. You may feel uncomfortable in your upper back, but remember, it's just helping to build the strength in your stabilizing muscles through your upper back. So now let's straighten left leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bend and open, warrior 2. 3, inhale. Exhale. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, inhale. Exhale. Bring the left elbow to the left knee. Right arm reaches overhead. Strong line of energy from your right back foot through the waist all the way to the fingertips. Use an inhale to reach and stretch up. Right hand to thigh, left arm overhead. Keep the bend in the left knee. Exhale, return to side angle pose. Inhale, reach up, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up. Exhale, over, 2, 3. Exhale, getting a good stretch through your side waist. 4, inhaling. At the same time, keeping the strength and stability in the lower body. Inhale, 5. Exhale. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Now you can feel the relief of straightening that front leg, the left leg. Exhale for triangle. So if you want to take your block, take the block. Just sliding the hand to the left knee. Well, I don't need it, but okay. So from here, reaching up as much as you reach down. Aiming for 5 full deep breaths here. But if it's too much for you, then just come up out sooner. The drishti is the gaze. It's keeping the gaze fixed on one point. So here, I'm looking at the right thumbnail to keep the mind steady. Use the inhale to stretch and reach up. The exhale to bend the left knee, coming back to warrior 2. Wrap now the right arm underneath the left arm and step your right heel in so you come into the horse squat with eagle arms. So sinking low into the hips without leaning forward too much. You want to spin the wrists. Inhale, raise the elbows. Exhale, draw the shoulders back. Inhale, raise. Exhale, draw the shoulders back. Buoyancy through the pelvis, so slight pulsation there through the hips. So straighten the legs, open out back into warrior 2, facing the left side, the left leg. Left elbow to the knee, right arm overhead. Fingertips come down, right knee go down. Take the left leg all the way back, returning to tabletop position. Again, now you can add the 3rd set of press-ups or rest here in child's pose if that seems more suitable for you. If you are choosing to do more press-ups, then again, Blanket underneath. Walk hands forward. Bend the elbows out. Drop the hips. Cross the ankles. Squeeze your bum. Look forward. Inhale. Exhale to push up. 2. Look ahead. 3. Keep your chest open. 4. 5. All right. Slide all the way back. Lift up hips. Drop head back. Breathe. Or remember chin to chest if you don't like that. Lower your hips. Swap the mat. I'll do the squat without the block this time just so you can see, or just if you've got the block at home, use that. So heels down or balancing on your tiptoes, your balls of your feet. And then reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the sides to prayer. That completes one round. Step forward, feet hip width, second set. This time we'll do with closed hip postures. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, slide the hands up to the knees, halfway, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, squat. Walk your hands forward, touch both knees down, same time. Tuck toes under, downward dog. Sway hips by lifting your heels, kind of swaying from one side to the other. And then again, circle, bend the knees to come forward, circle the pelvis. And back the other way. From here, bring the knees down. Step the right foot forward. Right elbow to knee, stand up, inhale, reach the arms out. So from this warrior one position, we've got our feet a lot wider than traditionally. This just gives more space for your growing bump. You can have the hands a little bit wider too, opening up the chest, the shoulders. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle the arms around. Let's do a rhythmic vinyasa. So fold forward over your right leg as you let it straighten, and then sweep the energy up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, straighten the right leg, circle the arms around. 3 more. Exhale, so really stabilize and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, 4. Lengthen the belly, exhale, and can just fold forward now. If you want the block, just place it to the inner leg. Use that there. So we're not going to 100% flexibility, hold some back. So say 70% of your flexibility. And you want to kind of feel like you're driving from the feet, dialing the feet in and driving the right hip back, the left hip forward. Sit bones draw together. So your glutes are working here. Lengthen your belly, lift the chest. Rather than rounding your spine, every time you round your spine, you might feel a bit more sort of squashed up and compressed. So keep the length through the chest. Now let's bend the right knee, hands to the hips. There's the option to stay here in a kind of crescent lunge style position with the back heel lifting. Or you can come up into a balance, arms out to the sides, a version of warrior 3. Just take the left leg out to the side and arms back. Balancing on your right leg here, keep the right thigh strong. Bend the right knee, placing the back foot down. Hands come down, left knee touches down, sweep the right leg back. Press ups, if you like, or child's pose. This is my pointy knees, don't like the mat, so the blankie's handy there. Okay, so inhale, look forward, coming down, exhale. 4, 3, need strong arms to carry the baby, just let that motivate you. 2, and 1. Okay, slide the hands all the way back. Lift up the hips. And then lower the hips. We'll add on a camel pose, so hands to the lower back. Draw the tailbone under, scoop the pelvis forward, so you've got the support for your belly. No arching in the lower back, but instead lengthen and lift the chest. So choose a position that is comfortable for your head. Chin to chest, or drop the head all the way back. No halfway, because otherwise you strain your neck flexors and then you end up getting this like veiny, strong neck like He-Man or something like that. You don't want that. So give the lower back a rub. Back into squat position. Push down into the feet. Stick your bum out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Step forward a little. Inhale, left side, reach up. Exhale, sweep the arms around as you come into forward bend. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, keeping the chest up as you go into squat. Walk hands forward, inhale. Exhale, hips go up and back, down dog. So you can sway around side to side and circle the hips like we did last time, or choose to kind of work on sort of stabilizing through the shoulder blades and holding it steady here. Want to feel like the fronts of the thighs are lifting up to help facilitate the backs of the legs opening up. Your tailbone up and back. And then bend the knees to lower the knees down. Step the left foot forward. Tuck your right toes under and sweep out with the arms. Warrior one position. Nice wide stance between the feet. Deep inhale to lengthen your belly. Exhale to let the shoulder blades open out and circle the arms around, straightening the left leg. Rhythmic vinyasa. Bend the left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle around. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale, bend. Want to keep the belly lengthened and the chest lifting throughout. Exhale. And then come to settle forward over that left leg. Find your block. So drive the right hip forward, the left hip back. Really push down into the feet and strengthen your legs. Lengthen the belly, lift the chest. Slow, steady breathing. Now to come up, lift the chest, bend the left knee, hands to the hips, and again, raising the back heel, so you're in a crescent lunge position. Chest is high. There's the option here to now transition onto your front leg, your left leg, to come into a warrior 3 version. So coming up. In this version, you're just letting the right leg come up and keep the chest really high as well. Arms can come out to the sides. Woo. You soon find the imbalances in your body between left and right side. I know that my left bum is a bit more lazier than my right, so I find it harder to balance on the left side. Okay, and then bend the knee, touch back down with the right foot. Hands come down towards the floor. Bend the right knee, send your left leg back. Resting here in child's pose, the knees wide, the forehead down. stay there, or again, there's always the option to build more strength. Drop your hips, squeeze your bum, cross the ankles. Inhale, exhale. 3, 4, 5. Slide back. Lift up. Should be getting more comfortable. And then slowly bring the hips down. Squat. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands to the sides. Step forward. Third set. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, walk hands forward. Exhale, downward dog. Sway the hips by lifting the heels. That gives you a good stretch for your side waist. And then circle the hips. Let your neck relax, the spine oscillate. You want to always maintain a kind of softness through the jaw, so you're not adding in additional tension. I'm going to kind of evoke fluidity and the water element, which is associated with that sacral chakra, the place where the womb sits, bringing energy there to the womb. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, bend the knees, the hips go up and back. Kind of circular motion here, wave-like motion. Bend the knees, the hips go up. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, forward, or rest with the knees in tabletop if you need. And then bringing the knees down. From here, step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. You can pad up the left knee if it feels a bit uncomfortable. And now just pushing into the hips here, or explore lizard pose. So here it's quite a nice deep hip opening. The knee on the ground is more release, but if you tuck your toe under, you kind of use more strength through the left thigh. So you can work here, staying on your hands, or taking a block, if you have one. Otherwise, I don't know, you could just do it without, it's fine. So if you have the flexibility, you can bring the elbows down onto the block or even onto the floor as you bring the hips down towards the ground. So a really nice deep inhale through the nose and practice the ha breath, so saying ha on your exhale. Inhale, nose. Exhale. Nose, inhale. Lovely deep hip release there. Walk the hands back and then straighten your right leg and just drag the right foot forward to half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, sort of drag the hips so that your hips are square and fold forward over the right leg. We don't want to compress the belly, so in this forward bend, you just take the belly to the inside of the leg. Keep the spine long as usual. So do avoid rounding your spine here. Keep the length of the spine. Keep the chest lifting. You can use your block to help create that space and length through the torso. Remember, no need to lock the right knee. And keep a softness in the right knee. You still get the benefits of the stretch for the right hamstring. If you have it in your vocabulary of poses and your flexibility, you can deepen into a full split. That's if you normally do practice yoga. So remember, you are more flexible during pregnancy because of the relaxin hormone. So don't overstretch. Just hold off, ease off just a little bit. Keep the right hip back, the left hip forward. So you're keeping the strength and stability in your pelvis. All right, now drag the right leg back. Let's from here take the right leg up, left arm forward and balance here. Sweep the left arm around, take the foot and open up the chest. Because we can't do the postures on the belly, this is a good variation of doing bow pose. It gives you the benefit of opening up the chest and shoulders and keeping strength through your quadricep and hamstring on the right side. All right, slowly down. Back to tabletop. Walk the hands forward, adding the next round of press-ups or rest in child's pose. Cross the ankles, elbows wide, inhale, lower, exhale, 1, 2, 3, keep the bum squeezing, 4, and 5. So remember, in a normal yoga class, you'd be doing chaturangas. So just count yourself lucky that you're just doing press-ups, not chaturangas all the time. All right, and then from here, we'll slide all the way back, lift up the hips, lower the hips, squat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Step forward, let's move this. Left side, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, squat. Inhale, hands walk forward. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sway the hips side to side. Let the neck just relax and the head sway side to side, side to side. And then circle. The knees bend to facilitate that movement from the pelvis and circle back. All the spiral and fluid motions support your joints. Bring the knees down. From here you can rest, or you can try what we did in the previous set, which was these wave-like motions through the downward dog. So inhale, sort of touching on a plank, but then exhale, taking the knees back, the hips back as you bend the knees. Inhale forward, exhale, bend the knees, the hips go up and back. Exhale. And the knees touch down. Left foot, inhale, step it forward. Block if it's handy. Push the hips forward for lizard pose on the left side. Deep inhale through the nose and then lengthening belly, exhale, sink the hips. Breathe in through the nose, have a relaxed jaw. Say ha on the exhale. Can go down onto your elbows if you have that flexibility. So from lizard, send your hips back to Ardha Hanumanasana, the half splits. I like to pad up my right knee now. So here, square out the hips. Don't lock your left knee. Lengthen the belly and roll the shoulders back. Enjoying the stretch through the left hamstring. Nice deep relaxed breaths. Remember, bring your tummy to the inside of the left leg. Block can give you more height, more length. And then if you can, and you want to, there's the option to take the stretch a little further by exploring full splits for Hanuman. Slide and drag the left heel forward. So again, I'm not going fully down, but I'm just working towards keeping the stability in the pelvis by dragging the right hip forward, the left hip back, so the hips square a little more. The back toes are tucked under just to keep the legs firm and strong. Lift up from the pelvis. Bring the left hand to the inside to help you take the left leg all the way back. Lift up your left knee, right arm reaches forward. Take the right arm round, grab hold of the left foot and lift up your chest. Balancing here. So remember, it is opposite arm grabs the left foot, your right hand to your left foot. Don't try and do the same side. All right, and bringing it down. Well done. From here, walk the hands forward, lower the hips, squeeze the bum. Inhale to go down, exhale to push up. 3, 4, and 5. Slide the hands all the way back. Lift up your hips. And slowly down. So hopefully you're seeing now the pattern in the sequence. And every time you repeat a posture, just try and find more ease and comfort in the repetition. Lifting your chest. Remember, keep strong through your legs so you support your lower back. You're not arching or crunching your lower back. Give the lower back a rub to come down. Move your blanket out the way in your squat. You can add the block if you have it. Push down into the feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer. So, you can now come down onto the mat for a series of seated postures. So let's use that transition that we were using in the sun salutations, because it gets you into the habit of coming down symmetrically. So you're not kind of risking pulling or straining or imbalancing your body. So inhale, let's reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. So coming down symmetrically, both knees touch down at the same time. Yeah, and then from here, just spin around and come into a seated position where you've got one foot on one thigh. And we'll just do a few pelvic twists. So lift and twist. Inhale one way, exhale the other way. Doesn't matter which side you're doing, because we're going to do both sides for now. And then switch the legs around. These twists are really soothing if you have any sacroiliac instability. That's the major joint in the lower back, in the kind of in the pelvic region, the sacrum region. All right, and then swing both legs out in front. You can just, with the hands behind you, drop the knees over to the right, and then drop the knees over to the left. Again, really nice and soothing for your lower back. It's good for your digestion too, because we can't do major deep twists during pregnancy, so little movements, little repetitive flowing movements like this is preferable. All right, and come up to seated. Let's do some pelvic floor strengthening. So can do a kind of Baddha Konasana pose with the soles of the feet together. sitting on a block or a bolster or a cushion, sitting on anything really to give you a little bit of lift. So in Baddha Konasana, if it feels good to lean forward, lean forward. Otherwise you can do from an upright position. Again, avoid rounding your spine, so keep the length through the spine. We do fast twitch, so that's like lift the pelvic floor, strengthen as if you're going to stop yourself from having a wee, and then exhale, just releasing that engagement. First of all, fast twitch, so it's lift, release, lift, release, lift, release. As many as you can. Don't worry about what your breath is doing. Just get into the habit of activating the pelvic floor and releasing. So a few rounds like that, first of all. You want to get a sense of that you're actually pulling the bones of the sit bones together through the muscular activation. As you get better at this, you can tune into the more refined subtlety of the activation. So at first, it just feels like you're tensing your whole area from front side to back side. But then as you develop and you get more stronger, you can kind of tune into specific front, middle, and back, and activate through more like that. All right, so now we'll do a long hold and a long release. It helps if you inhale, hold, exhale, release. And on the release, really release your jaw too to help with the pelvic release. So inhale, lift. Exhale, release. So release fully and completely. Get to the bottom of your exhale. Relax your tummy, relax the hips and pelvis. Inhale, lift. Zip up from the pelvic floor, drawing the sit bones together. Keep the chest lifting. Exhale, release. Go for a few more rounds at your own pace. And then let's try more of a sort of coordinated practice. It's a bit like doing this, rubbing your tummy and tapping your head. If you can do that, then hopefully you can do the lifting of the pelvic floor and releasing and a fast twitch motion, but at the same time breathing slowly and deeply. So it's a slow breath, but a fast lift and release. So inhaling, lift, release, lift, release, lift, release. Exhaling, lift, release, lift, release. That's a tongue twister. Hopefully you get the idea. So we want to get into this habit of associating a really slow, deep, comfortable breath alongside anything that's challenging or where you require concentration or is engaging. Yeah. And in that way, you learn to associate challenge and discomfort with adopting a calm, smooth, slow breath, which would be really helpful for the birth preparation. Okay, so let's bring up the knees together and move yourself off your block if you were sitting on something. Come to cross leg. Just settle down into your seat. So that was the pregnancy vinyasa flow. It was quite challenging at times. I found it pretty hard too, but it will get easier if you do practice, and you'll definitely feel the benefits. You'll feel a lot stronger and more supple. Hi, I'm Tammy. Welcome to Pregnancy Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a nice pregnancy flow that's quite energizing and particularly designed for those of you in your third trimester. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, during the third trimester, you might find that your bump is growing, baby's taking up more room and moving around a lot more, and you might find you're a bit more exhausted. So this practice offers you a light pick-me-up, but without being at too high impact. If you do have a block, one like this, then it may come in handy. But if not, don't worry too much. You can still do the practice without it. So remember to rest whenever you need to. And when you're ready, let's get started. So first of all, we're going to warm up by just staying in a seated position. Bring your legs out in front of you. We'll start with the toes. And so just start to make a little fist with your toes and coordinate it with your breathing. Inhale, exhale, spread the toes. So try and sit tall and hold a nice posture whilst you do this. So it's a really nice, gentle start to a practice. So even if you're not feeling up for doing any yoga or exercising, these gentle warm-ups will just ease you into it. All right, now then warming up the ankles, circle the ankles around, the toes going the same way. Inhale forward, exhale point. So these kind of circular exercises help keep the circulation good and prevent water retention so that you avoid getting really fat ankles. And then circle back the other way. So from here now, do this funny thing where you turn your feet to face each other, like that. Soles of the feet face each other. Inhale. And then exhale, soles of the feet face out. May not look like much, but you're feeling the activation through the inner thigh and the inner leg. And then as you exhale, activation through the outer leg. Okay, and then bring the big toes down to touch the floor on the inside, and then take the little toes to touch the floor on the outside. You should feel this activate all the way up to the hips. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then bring the feet together, point the toes, and then flex the feet, lifting the heels off the ground, activating through your calves. All of this is really great for kind of awakening the circulation through your legs to your feet. And then let's just take the hands back a little bit, shake your knees. Bend your knees, drop the knees one way, and then the other way. Nice, smooth breathing. Loosen the hips a little. And then back up to seated. Stretch your left leg out straight. And if you can, pull up the right foot towards you. You can take underneath the calf with your right arm and holding it there. And if you've got the flexibility, you can put the foot into the elbow crease on your left side. And then you can kind of cradle your foot, your leg like this. If that doesn't reach, you just hold the foot on the outside and underneath. We're just going to rock the thigh from side to side. And that gives a really good opening through the hips and the glutes. So, little foot baby. Hopefully the real thing is a bit better looking than the foot. And a few times like that. Remember, no compression through the abdomen, so give your baby some space here. Take it out if you need to take it out. The foot, not the baby. All right. Okay, and then so from here, rest the right foot on top of the left thigh. Have the foot flexed to keep the knee protected. We'll just inhale up, exhale down. Okay, and repeat for the left side. So bend the knee, cradle the foot, just rocking it side to side. Try and keep yourself sitting up straight. It's also good to kind of help stimulate your digestion too. The digestion does start to become a bit more sluggish in the third trimester. So these little movements are really helpful. Rest your foot on your thigh. Exhale, pressing down. Inhale, draw the leg up. Not too high, because again, you don't want to squash baby. And then stretch the leg out. Shake the knees. Let's bend the knees and turn the fingertips to face your feet. Roll the shoulders back, lift your chest. This can be enough if you're not feeling that strong for your upper body or you have any wrist issues. Just being here and breathing. If you want to try the next one, we'll do reverse tabletop by lifting up the hips, dropping the head back. Inhale, and then lower down, exhale. Inhale. Lower down, exhale. 3 more. Good. All right, cross your legs. And then in the cross leg position, we'll just do a couple of sort of little circles from the lower back, from the pelvis. Exhale forward, inhale back. So starting to wind through the spine. These kind of rhythmic, slow spiral movements can be really comforting and soothing for your baby. They also help to move the baby into a good position for childbirth. And then reverse back the other way. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And so come into tabletop. Shift the hips side to side, the knees quite wide, hands under the shoulders. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then start to circle back and circle forward. Reverse it. Then from here, inhale, lengthen spine, lift chest. Exhale, tilt the pelvis around the spine. work with a bit of stability for your pelvis to help protect your lower back. So good to practice these regularly, yeah? So take the right leg out, inhale, left arm out. Exhale, bringing the elbow and the knee towards your middle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in. Eight, two more. And then over onto the left leg and the right hand. Inhale, extend. And draw it back in. Tuck the toes under. Here we're going to squash through the balls of the feet. Stretch out all the balls of the feet by tucking the toes under. Really great for helping prevent cramps through the feet. If you can bear it, sit down onto the heels. So from here, squat position. Stick your bum out to stand up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Step forward. So you have space in front of you and a little less space behind you to come into sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Take up loads of space. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Come up halfway, sliding the hands to the knees. Exhale, bend into squat. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, downward dog. Lower the knees, inhale. Slide the hands to the knees, coming back to squat. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands into prayer. Inhale, second set, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, squat. Walk your hands forward, inhale. Into downward dog, exhale. Lower the knees, inhale. Drag the hands back, exhale, squat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Third set, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Halfway up, inhale. Bending knees, exhale. Walk hands forward, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Lower the knees, inhale. Slide the hands back to the knees, exhale, squat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the sides. Coming to the middle of your mat, reach up, inhale. Interlace the fingers and roll your shoulders out and down. Just do a little side stretch. Not too deep, just a little side to side. And then can take the hands behind the head, the elbows out to the side. Step wider with the feet and just a little twist. Lifting one foot as you twist to the opposite side. Good, and then the arms behind you and roll the shoulders out. So here you're pushing the palms together. Turn the fingertips to point up and place the hands on the lower back. Lift up your chest. Not arching into the lower back at all, but instead push through the thighs and the balls of the feet to keep strong and lengthened through the front of your body. Okay, give the lower back a rub and just can slowly come down into a forward bend if that doesn't feel too compressive for your belly. If If it does, you can bend the knees and have the feet a little wider. Do your own version. Let the head relax, the hands to the shins or wherever they reach. And just start to slow your breathing down here. If you feel dizzy or you're getting a kind of acid reflux reaction to this posture, then come back up out of it. Slide the hands up, the legs to come back up to standing. And we're just coming to a series of hip opening postures. Bring the feet apart. So keep the chest open and then just turn your right toes out to the right and bend into the right knee. Arms out to the sides. I'll do some arm variations here. So when you exhale, just bring the hands to the tummy. And when you inhale, take the arms out and reach up. Exhale, round and hands to tummy. Inhale, up. So switch sides, bring the right toes in, turn the left toes out and bend the knee. Arms open out, inhale, can reach all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your tummy. Five times on each side. And then turn the left toes in. So wriggle the feet in a little closer together and reach out for your mat, for your block. So we'll come into triangle pose, placing the block to the inner of the right thigh, right leg, and slide the hand down the leg towards the block. Left arm comes up. Nice deep breathing here. If it bothers your neck to look up, just look straight ahead. Keeping the head on line with the rest of the spine. Or you can turn and look down if that's more comfortable for your neck. Let's bend into the knee, making the block a little lower. Then push through the feet to inhale and slowly come up. Turn and take the block with you to the other side. Left toes turn out. Arch of the left foot in line with the heel of the right. Slide the left hand down and take the right hand up. Push down into the feet and grip the feet into the floor to help you spiral through the legs and draw the sit bones together. So there's strength from the pelvis to support your spine. You can look forward or look down. And then start to bend into the left knee and bring the hand to the inner side of the foot. Reach up through the right arm to come up to standing and turn your left toes in. Place the block now in between the legs and the hands can come down onto the block. Maybe you'd have it a little higher or higher still. Or maybe you've got flexibility through the back of your legs, your hips, and you can bring the hands to the floor. Whichever variation you're choosing, just make sure you're really comfortable. It should be quite a nice, relaxing pose. Spend a few extra breaths here. Letting your head hang heavy, as if it's a big old ripe fruit hanging from a tree. So let's try coming into a side squat. So you can take your block, move it to the right side, start to bend into the right knee. You can lift the heel off the floor and lift your left toes up. Sit up tall and reach left arm up. If you feel more stable, keep with both hands on the floor, then just keep them there. And start to crawl over to the other side. Bring the block if it helps. Skandasana pose. This posture offers you a kind of nice side bend action, but also opening through the hips, the pelvis, and the hamstrings one at a time. Come back into the middle. Turn the heels in, the toes out, and take support of your ankles with your hands and push the elbows into the knees. And then slide the hands up to the knees, keeping the bend in the knees. When you inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist to your right. Back into the middle. And exhale, hands alongside your thighs and heel toe the feet together. You can just step it out. So let's come now into a bit of balancing. As you get a little heavier, your distribution of weight changes. So it's really important to keep your balance and coordination by practicing balancing postures regularly. All right, shift your weight into your left foot. Keep the leg nice and strong. And then let's actually just take the right foot behind you and hold on to it. If you're really wobbly here and new at yoga, you might want to lean on a wall with your left hand just to cheat a little bit. That's okay. So here, just stretching out the quads. Try and keep your pelvis and hips even and facing forward. You can even try a variation of dancer pose. I'll show it to you from the side. It's easier to see. So you don't need to do that snazzy turn. That was just me showing off. So from this angle, what it would look like is you take the ankle from the inside and then reach up with your left arm. Kick back. And then slowly come down. And we'll try it on the other side. Shift all your weight into your right foot. Pick up your left ankle. And then bring your grip of your hand around to the inside of the left ankle. Right arm comes up. Lean forward as you kick back with the left foot. You're keeping the right leg really strong. And the left leg actually. Keep the left leg super strong. And slowly down. So if that was too much, then of course you just stay in the easier option, which is holding the foot to the bum all the way down. Okay, and let's make our way down to seated. So bend the knees and come all the way down. Doesn't have to be too graceful, that'll do. And then stretch the legs out in front. So take in your right leg out straight, reach forward for the leg, left arm goes up overhead. Take the arm back behind you, your left arm, as you reach the right arm out in front. Push onto the left shin. And bring it down. Change sides. Left leg out to the left. Slide left hand down, reach right arm over. And then take the right hand behind you, push the hips forward, left arm goes up in front. And slowly back down to seated. Both legs out in front, flex the feet. Wide leg forward bend here, walk your hands forward. Don't overstretch, so just go to 70% of your flexibility here. Keeping the legs active by flexing your feet. So walk the hands in, pick up underneath your knees. Right hand to the belly, left hand to the chest. And just close the sequence with some really lovely, slow, deep diaphragm breaths. All right, let the inhale initiate from the lower belly and the exhale finish at the lower belly. You want to relax your tummy completely, relax your hips, roll the shoulders back, and then just let the eyes close if that feels more comfortable for you. Connect to slow and relaxed rhythmic breathing. Allow yourself to experience a few moments of stillness and space. And sliding the hands down to the lower belly. Yoni Mudra, that's the thumbs touching, the index fingers touching in a downward triangle. From here, just take the hands and run them along the thighs. Stretch the legs out. And then come over onto your left side. If you've got a cushion, it's quite nice to just have that between the knees. As in your third trimester, you'll be lying more onto the left side. So the reason for that is actually because your liver is on the right side. And if you put all your weight of your baby and everything on top of your liver, it kind of can make you feel quite sick. And also there's a major vein which sends all the kind of blood flow nutrients to the baby, and we don't want to compress that either. So that's why it's recommended to stay on your left side. So make yourself comfy. Let the eyes close. Spend a few moments scanning through your body with your mind's eye. Let yourself start at the feet. Bring all your attention and your awareness to your feet and let your feet relax. Let the calves and knees relax. Relax your thighs, hips and pelvis. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, arms, hands, Fingers relax. Relax the arms, shoulders, upper back, neck, back of the head, top of the head, eyelids, cheeks, jaw, chin, neck, throat, chest, rib cage, and just tune into any subtle movements of your baby. Or maybe your baby's resting, and just notice that too. Breathing down to the baby. Everything relaxing on the exhale. Make your way up slowly to seated, so take your time. All the way up. Otherwise you might be there asleep for like 5 hours. Okay, so that was the energizing flow for those of you in your 3rd trimester. Hi, I'm Tammy. Welcome to Pregnancy Yoga. Today I'll be showing you a birth preparation sequence. You can use it to prepare for labour, but also during labour. All you'll need is a bit of clear wall space. So let's get started. So come over to your wall space. You don't need a lot of it, but just enough that's clear so that you're not going to knock anything over in your flat or just trip up. All right, so we'll start with like downward dog with the wall. Have your hands nice and wide. First of all, the emphasis here is going to be on opening the upper back. And just let your head come down. And then just make sure that your feet are comfortably far apart and you're not arching in your lower back. So you're just enjoying the position of downward dog to help create more openness through the upper back, to relieve any tension or stiffness through your upper back or your neck. Take nice deep breaths, let your head hang heavy. And then walk in towards the wall. Try the same again with your elbows on the wall. 90-degree bend from forearm to elbow to shoulder. And again, let the head drop down. It's a really lovely stretch for around the shoulder blades. If you want to spend a little longer here, then feel free. And then come back to downward dog, where you can now focus more on the lower body aspect of the posture. So walk your feet out. You're getting a really good calf stretch. And from here, just sway the hips side to side. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, letting the jaw release. And then little circles with the hips and the pelvis can really help alleviate lower back stiffness. And then circle back opposite way. Inhale forward. Exhaling ha from the mouth. Good. Let's from here walk in a little. Step right foot all the way up to the wall. Turn the left toes out. We'll stay with more of a calf stretch. This is like a warrior one position. And then walk the hands up the wall to stretch and lengthen your belly. Lean forward. Again, you're getting the benefits of the stretch for the upper back. Slide the hands in, switch legs. You want the feet comfortably far apart and your right toes turned out in a way that kind of suits your posture. So you don't want to compress the top of the ankle. So change that angle of the right heel to suit your ankle. Reach up with the fingertips, stretch up. You can look up too if it doesn't bother your neck. And then start to curve into the upper back. Bend into left knee. And feel the support of the wall. Walk your hands down, feet back, downward dog. So to come up and out, walk in towards the wall. We'll now try some variation of press-ups using the wall. This is just going to help you just feel like you've still got your strength through your upper body. As long as the stabilizing muscles in your back feel strong, then you're less likely to get tension and sort of strains through the upper back and neck. So let's have the hands nice and wide, the feet back, elbows wide, and you do as many repetitions as feels right for you. I'm going to time it, so we do roughly 2 minutes. So just, get your alignment right so it feels like that you're in a good position for your shoulders. Breathing nice and smooth. You can turn the head so you don't headbutt the wall. It's also building up the muscles behind the breasts, which, hopefully mean that you don't get really saggy boobs. But after breastfeeding, I can't guarantee anything. I must improve my bust. Yeah, so whatever helps keep you motivated here. We could just go for a few more. That is 1 minute, nearly. You can try a variation, one hand high, one hand low. A little bit close to the wall, I think. And then swap sides. So you can also try a move that's more like chaturanga, where you use the strength in your triceps. Bring your hands down low and your elbows in towards your rib cage. And then just a few here. You might find these a little more challenging. Okay, and then release away from the wall. That was roughly 2 minutes, I'd say. Okay, fingertips of your right hand on the wall, and then just turn and step away. And so you're getting a nice stretch through your upper back. Okay, and then stretch the other arm, so fingertips on the wall, and then step and turn away from your arm, getting a really nice stretch through the upper back, the pecs and the arms. Okay, so we'll now come to an assisted squat. So using the wall here, have the knees hip width apart, or a little bit wider actually, and the feet. Choose how turned out you want your toes based on how it feels for your knees. So this feels good for my knees, just toes pointing straight ahead. We want the hips a little bit higher than the knees, and then really roll the shoulders back and just have the arms to your sides. You should feel the sacrum just planted against the wall there. The hips and pelvis even between left and right side. Breathe slow, nice deep breaths here. Keep your posture tall. Try and lean into the heels as opposed to the toes. So try and hang out here as long as you can. It really helps if you've got the stamina and strength to kind of endure this, because it's only going to be really helpful for the labour experience, which who knows how long may last. Hopefully for you not too long, hopefully for me too, not too long. But yeah, apparently it's quite tiring, so just having the strength and the stamina, building that now, is going to really be helpful. So when you've had enough, just use your arms on the walls to help push you up straight. Okay, so take a sip of water now, or have a little rest if that was quite strenuous. We'll come onto a sort of glute strengthening version of a squat using the wall. So kind of crouch down low, stick your bum back and have your arms out in front. So first of all, you're leaning your right hip into the wall, but then start now to shift into your left heel and lift your right foot up. Let me move this so you can see. So you take your right leg out. You can have the knee bent if it's too much, but try and lean into that left heel as much as possible. Deep breathing. All the weight is in the left heel, that way you use your glute rather than your left thigh. Ooh, and coming up. So let's try that on the other side. Bend the knees, sit as if you're about to sit into a chair. Left hip up close to the wall, arms out in front. Shoulders back, and then lift your left foot, lean into the right heel, and then slowly coming up. Let's turn again and come into another low squat. So hips slightly higher than knees, arms back. Let's just slide the arms up the wall. Try and draw the lower ribs into the wall so you're not arching through your back. And then drawing the shoulder blades together as you bring your arms down. Lean into your heels. And then push your hands into the wall to help you come up. Again, let's stretch out in downward dog now. So hands to the wall, and this one's going to be great during the labour if you've got a bit of wall space handy, just moving in a sort of slow and rhythmic motion can be really soothing, can help you stay in the zone. And then reverse it back the other way. And walk your hands in. Okay, so that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that beneficial.